So in the first part of our new series, we are told about a spear king who was no less than a rock, and as far as the swordsman's master was concerned, this spear knight defeated him too, and even the empire to which he belongs is Avalon Empire. This spear knight has won many wars for the Avalon Empire, and because of this, today Avalon Empire is the strongest, and the name of this spear knight is Joshua, and Joshua is very strong as compared to other warriors, so much so that no one can harm him. But this thing changes when your own friend tries to kill you. So in the same way, our Joshua's best friend, who is the king of Avalon Empire, has poisoned him, and Joshua had also seen all the Tower Masters at the time of his death to know who all are involved in this. So in the meantime, a man with a black mask says that if there was someone else in place of Joshua, he would have died long ago. But this is his specialty, that his body has both Manonic energy and Holy Night energy compound. So poison does not affect him so quickly. But as far as Joshua is concerned, he is very confused because his friend has betrayed him, and as far as his friend is concerned, Joshua has helped him in many places. Even in the Civil War, Joshua has helped his friend a lot and kept the Avalon Empire safe and sound, and neither has Joshua ever thought of ruling the kingdom. So why did his friend give him poison, and why does he want to kill him? Joshua's friend is the king of the Avalon Empire. Name is Geyser. So the master of a magic tower answers Joshua's question that he would know very well that if a thing is very strong and overpowered, then its assistant is very dangerous. But after ending the Civil War with your help, our empire will be so strong. He has become so strong that he can achieve everything. And in the end, he also reveals his real intention that his emperor has his own goals. But in that goal, he is afraid of one thing, and that thing is none other than you. Joshua, our emperor is afraid of you because of your strength. So that is why he is already removing you from the way, so that you do not become a thorn in the future. Because Joshua possesses so much mana that no master can compete with him in terms of mana. And as far as the spear is concerned, Joshua has mastered the spear in such a way that no weapon works in front of the spear, because in the Avalon Empire, the spear is considered a very cheap weapon, but Joshua made that cheap weapon so strong that all the other warriors who used different weapons were insulted by this. So he was noticing these things for a long time, and now, when he has seen a lot of things, if he has achieved it, then he could become a thorn in their goals. So he is being removed from the way, and the master of the same magic tower gives a lot of trouble to Joshua with the help of a spear. At the same place the sword master comes who tells Joshua for the last time that Joshua, my friend, because of this spear of yours I have. That's so much insult. I have been wanting to see you in this position for a long time that you kneel down and look at me with these eyes, and today my wish has been fulfilled, so I'm enjoying a lot seeing you in this weak form. After which Kaiser, that is Joshua's friend, cannot see Joshua in this weak state. So he orders to take the rest of the Tower Masters back with him, but before leaving, he gets a warning from Joshua at the last time that if he gets a second birth, he will tear your skin off. You will get betrayal for your betrayal, and I will kill you with my own hands. Then after that, a formation opens up under Joshua, which works like a time bomb, and there are only a few minutes left for the explosion of that formation. So thinking about this, Joshua gets very angry at himself that for a warrior, it is a matter of great pride to die in a battlefield. But look at me here, I've been killed by my friend, that too by betraying me. So how can I call myself the Spear King in this situation? And I don't want such a death at all. So during that time, he remembers his weapon Legia. The name of that spear is Lokia, who is also called the god of battlefield. So slowly moving towards it, Joshua tells us that earlier he did not have any power at all, but after getting Legia, he became so strong that everyone started calling him Spear King, and he became the strongest warrior of this kingdom. But he had never expected this shine from Legia. So when she blasts the formation, Joshua gets such a death that he gets angry at himself just by thinking about it and scolds himself. So to take revenge for that death, to take revenge from his friend who betrayed him, Lakia's power gets activated, and he takes him back in time, in which he finds himself in a normal house. But the surprising thing is that he remembers his past memories, what happened to him last time, but finding himself here, he feels that he has been reincarnated again. But quickly after seeing his reflection in the water, he gets shocked because he has not been reincarnated, but has come back in time, thinking about which he is happy, because he has got a chance to take his revenge from Kaiser and the others. And this time he will not be fooled by their sweet talk at all. So now after deciding that he will definitely take his revenge from Kaiser, at the same time, Guards come from behind, seeing whom Josh recognizes him very well. So one of the guards asks Joshua what he is doing here, and Joshua does not say anything, which makes him very angry. But his friend tells him that maybe he has forgotten that this child cannot speak. So when he remembers, he does not ask further questions to Joshua, but only we know that Joshua can speak. Why is Joshua pretending that he cannot speak? There's a reason behind this, because he is weak. If he answers these people, then they will bully him even more. So in the meantime, one of the guards says that Lucia is not visible. So who is Lucia now? I will explain to you in detail. Lucia is the mother of our Joshua, and Lucia was a commoner, but a big family named Ness. Its representative Duck Ness had forced himself on Lucia, after which Joshua was born, and then both of them became members of Duke Agnos's family, but a royal family despite being related. Both of them are treated in a very cheap way, because till now, they consider them commoners, and this thing is also known to these common guards, and this thing is spread everywhere. So people tease me a lot because of this. So Joshua assured everyone that he cannot speak, but actually he can speak. But one of those three guards says that you people should not take Lucia's name so formally, because if someone hears us saying this, then we can get into a big trouble. But his own friend points out like Joshua and says that who will scold us in this matter of garbage, and anyway took Vanessa has ordered us that if we kill Lucia and this garbage secretly and no one comes to know, then she will also give us a reward for it. So now I'll also explain to you who is Duke Vanessa. So Duke Ano, who is the representative of the Duck family and Joshua's father, he first married Duck Vanessa and then later with Luz. He forcefully married her too. So this is our Joshua's stepmother, who does not like these people at all, and she orders her royal guards that it would be better if they kill them. So now that Lucia is not here, these three guards decide to harass our Joshua. But after hearing all this, our Joshua gets very angry. He can tolerate his insult, but he will not tolerate anything about his mother. And he starts storing mana inside his body. Now using it, and that too at such a young age, is an impossible thing. But our Joshua has many years of experience. His mana method is much easier than other mana masters. But the method that Joshua uses is not known to anyone till date. Only Joshua knows it, because when a mana user uses mana, he first has to create a mana hole in his body so that they can store the surrounding mana, and they cannot store more than that. But Joshua's method is very different. In this, you use your whole body as a mana hall, and you can store mana in every body part, and unlimited mana, which is collected from nature and stored in the whole body. So this mana does not end at all, because it keeps moving here, and they're unlimited in the surrounding atmosphere. And this method is so impressive that you can imagine that it takes years for a mana to create a mana hall. But this work is done without a mana hall, because in this you use your whole body as a mana hall. Then you can learn years of training in just a few seconds, and at this time Joshua is doing the same and using his body as a mana hall. Then in the meantime, one of them gets very angry, because when he sees Joshua's face, he feels like beating him. So now he is completely ready to beat Joshua. But after seeing that Joshua has closed his eyes, he feels that he fainted due to fear. And he fainted while standing, but those people did not know what disaster was about to befall them. Joshua is actually storing mana in his body, and it took him 10 years to learn this technique. But now he can do it in a few seconds because his old memories are with him, and he activates this method very easily. And after storing mana in his body, he looks at the guard with angry eyes, as if he gets scared, and out of fear, he starts shouting at him that you have so much guts that you scared me. Now I will make mincemeat of you. But when his attack is about to land, by then he stores mana in his hand and gives a powerful punch straight to the stomach of that guard, due to which the guard falls down. But while using mana, he feels a strange feeling in his lower body, which has never happened to him before, but by then he is able to sort it out. The second guard comes and attacks him with his sword to take revenge for his friend. Then he dodges his attack and gives him a mana punch right on his face, due to which he falls away. The first time could be a coincidence, but the second time cannot be a coincidence, and the last guard who is left is also very surprised at how can this guy use mana. And our Joshua is also not able to handle his technique, because his body is of a child, but his technique is like that of an experienced master. So his body is not able to keep up with him. But the last guard is very different from the rest. So this is one, but he is much more powerful than. So to scare him also, he starts speaking. Seeing him speak, he gets very scared, and the ground under his feet gets rubbed. And he also understands that till now he was just pretending. He knew how to speak, but he had called himself a mute child. Joshua angrily hits him. He warns that from today onwards, if anyone insults his mother, he will break his bones and ribs. and he also swears on this. If someone tries it, then the result will be worse than this. So after hearing Joshua's threat, that kid gets scared and runs away from there, and he will give this news of Joshua to all those. This kid was just pretending, and he can use mana too. So Joshua is very young for now, and he has put a lot of burden on him. So he faints because he has used very intense mana at the beginner level. So due to this, he faints. And next, this news reaches Duck Agnes's castle, where 3 people are discussing the same thing, that Lord Joshua has knocked out 2 guards with the help of his mana, and one of them saved his life and came here to inform us. So does this mean that Lord Joshua will become the Duke's successor? So one of them says that it is difficult to believe this, because Duck Agnes's second son, whose name is Young Master Babel, has killed 2 guards at the age of 14. I had learned to control my mana in the same way, and as far as Duke Agnos himself is concerned, he was 16 years old when he learned to control his mana. So it means that Young Babel is the successor of Duke Agnos, and after Duke Agnos, Young Master Babel will become the representative of this family, and Young Master Babel has left his father behind. So how will this Lord Joshua challenge Young Master Babel? The rest of the people also agree with this. But by then, as a surprise, Lord Joshua is seen behind them, who comes straight to the main point and tells those people to go and tell Duke Agnos that his son Lord Joshua Agnos has come to meet him and has come to talk to him about something important. And when our scene falls on Duke Agnos in his room, they're the same card had come to give a report to Duke Agnos, where Duke Agnos is with his knight whose name is Jivon. So the discussion on this report is going on with him. So the report of that god is there. After listening to the whole story, the person named Rolls brings the armorer as proof, whom Lord Joshua has made in such a condition, seeing which even Doug Agnos understands that this has not happened with any weapon, but with the help of a mana, and if Joshua can use his mana at such a young age, then he is much stronger than Babel, and is surprised. When he asks Chi Fan about his age, it is revealed that Lord Joshua is still 9 years old, and at the age of 9, he has learned to use mana. When he tells Chief Chi Fan that this is mana, Chi Fan does not agree at all with the fact that he is still very young, and Young Master Babel had also learned to control mana at the age of 14. Then how did he learn it before him and alone? And if Lord Joshua has learned to use mana at the age of 9, then this has happened for the first time in history. Then Chi Fan feels that this is a lie. He is saying this, and he is spreading such rumors, because he was talking to Joshua, and to hide this scenario, he is bringing up such strange and poor rumors. Now the chief is ready to punish him, and he takes permission from Duck for this, but there is no response from Duck. But the guard who's been speaking the truth till now is repeatedly saying that he did not lie even 1% in whatever he told, but he made one mistake that Duck and Chief raised their voices. So now he has to be taught a lesson, and he is about to take out his sword and hit him when Duck Ano stops him and says that if these are rumors, then I am going to meet Joshua myself to sort them out. And now is time for me to meet him, because I have not met him till now. So he calls me after seeing that Duck knows who is going to personally meet his Lord Joshua. If he is going, then he has never done this, because when Young Master Babel also learned to control mana at the age of 14, then Duck was not as much surprised by this as he is by this case. And Duck Ogno asks Tiffin where Joshua is. Then it is revealed that he is in the corridor of the first floor and is waiting for him. Then Duck Agnos gives permission to Chief Fan to lead the way. Now he's going to first floor personally to meet Joshua, but when our scene falls on the first floor, there we see Young Master Babel, who is angry after seeing Joshua in the corridor of the first floor and in this castle, because what is a commoner doing here? Actually, Young Master Babel hates Joshua a lot, but I don't know why the reason behind this is not told to us. And he also asks him what he's doing here, but our Joshua, who is so engrossed in the anger of revenge, and he sees the current Emperor Marcus, and will also see his son Kaiser, and our Joshua has a revenge on their family. So he will definitely take this revenge, even if it means losing his life. But by the time Joshua's body falls on Babel, Babel's punch is very close to our Joshua, because he's been ignoring him since so long, but by catching his punch and giving it force, our Babel gets an idea of his strength and rumors he heard. Then this seeing the strength, he feels that maybe it was not a rumor, but reality. But he is also not going to remain calm. He also activates his mana, and just as he is about to punch him, Duck Agnos personally reaches there. Seeing Duck Agnos, Young Babel directly greets him, and as far as our Joshua is concerned, Duke Agnos personally greets him. But in response, our Joshua just lowers his head, seeing which Chiffon gets angry with this behavior because this is a very disruptive thing for Duke Agnes, and when he tells Joshua to give proper respect, Duke Agnos feels a lot of trendy mana, which is coming from Joshua only. Joshua tells us a little about his father in detail, that he is one of the 5 masters who belong to the West Empire, and he is very sensitive to mana. That is, he is so expert in sensing mana that he can sense even a small amount of mana very quickly. And now he wants to personally confirm whether Joshua can explain mana or not. Then Babel gets angry on hearing mana, because till now Joshua was only picking up the feces of animals. Then when did he learn to control mana? But at this time Joshua was also feeling some strange mana in his body about which he himself does not know. So if that thing turns out to be wrong, then Duck Anno will not leave him, and he can also kill him, because he himself does not know about this power which is his stomach, but till then he could do something about it. Then Duck Agnos catches his hand, and he does not even know, and when he senses mana by using his power, then our scene falls on the reactions of his face. It seems that he has sensed something special when Agnes reveals what he felt. It is revealed that he did not feel anything. That is, there is not even a trace of mana in his body, seeing which Babel becomes happy, and the chief also says that Duke Agnes. I had already told you that he is a roamer, and it is impossible to use mana at such a young age. But this is not what he meant whenever a human child, or an animal, or a beast is born. Then a little mana is inborn in his body, but there is not even a trace of mana in his body. It is possible that someone has blocked his mana, and that is why there is not even a trace of mana in his body. Which Sun Chiffon says that if Duke Agnes did not feel mana in his body, then there is no difference between him and a dead person. But Duke Agnes also reveals another thing, that there was another thing in his body, which is probably blocking his mana. I was very shocked to feel it. If it is feeling very disgusting, then it is possible that its mana got blocked because of that thing, and maybe someone has put a mana curse on it. Which Sun Chiffon comes to the point that it means all those who spread all the rumors should be punished, and we should also spread the news that Joshua cannot use any human, so that all the rumors stop. But Duck Aegon tells Tuffin, there is no need for this work, because till now that rumor has come out to be true, but only 50% is true. To know the remaining 50%, I will personally inspect this matter. So he tells Joshua that you will stay here, and there are many rooms here, so you will not have to face any problem, because son Babel gets angry, and when he protests, after seeing his father's reaction, no words come out of his mouth. When Duck Aeon heard from his mouth that he will personally train him, the chief gets shocked because it has just been confirmed that there is no mana in his body. But Duck Aeon did not understand his words correctly, that what did he mean by his words. And while leaving, he tells Joshua that I am expecting very good things from you in the future. So I hope you show me to Spader Lord Joshua his room, and after showing him the room, he leaves from there. But while leaving, his face reaction changes. After seeing this, Joshua understands that the chief is hating me because he supports young Master Babel, i.e. my brother, and considers him as Duke Aegon's successor. But because of my arrival, it is possible that the successor seat may change, but it does not matter to Joshua because he has no interest in the successor seat. And as far as Duck Aegon's face expression is concerned, he remembers it again. That it is a very dangerous thing, that the thing which he himself does not know, his father knows about it, which would be a dangerous news for him, but it does not matter because he has also given him a room to live in Duck Aegon, and he will also personally train him. So for now, the top priority is that he should strengthen his body so that he is compatible with his mana. To do all this, he will have to go there. Now from there, when our scene shifts, then that night, Joshua jumps from the window of his room, and after coming down, he reaches the safe end. There's a sound, but the reason behind it is that he had transferred the mana to his feet, and if it is so easy to control the mana that too at such a young age, because he's doing it so easily, then he will become very strong, and he will not have to work hard, but at the same time, he gets a very intense pain in his stomach, because the mana is reacting to something, and that power is divine and demonic energy, but someone is surprising both these energies, and when he feels the energy, then it seems that the power is surprising both these divine and demonic powers. So there's a high chance that someone is surprising both these powers, but it is not necessary for now. He has to reach the same place. So when the scene falls at that place, then it is none other than his old house, where he has come to meet his mother, because she must be worried about where her son has gone. So when the scene falls at Joshua's house, then the same 3 guards have returned there that are there and are bidding for his mother. They want to catch hold of his mother and kill her, because only this way they can complete their revenge. When Joshua beat them up, their status fell very low. They have come down from the position of a knight to that of a servant. So it's all Joshua's fault. But since Joshua is not here, his mother will have to bear the punishment. But Rolls, who had reported the same thing to Duke Agnos, stops them in advance because if Joshua comes here, it can create trouble. But they start getting angry at him and say that if you are scared, you can get lost. Now, this work has to be done quickly. So they stabilize his mother and are about to hit her neck with a shot. Meanwhile, a voice comes from behind, which is none other than Joshua's. On seeing Joshua, Roll's feet slip away, but the other two are very excited because now the revenge will be 100% complete, but Joshua gets angry and tells them to get out of here, after which they slowly start moving towards him, but Joshua tells them to get out again, but this time not to him, but to someone else, because apart from all of them, there's another guy here who is hanging above, and he is one of the 3 knights. After looking at his badge, Joshua tells us that the badge you're seeing below, there are only 3 such knights which Duke Aegon has personally appointed. So it is possible that Duke Aegon has ordered it or the chieftains give him a lot of respect, and now Joshua does not want to ask him anything. He angrily tells Cien that, Cien, you know that you're one of the 3 knights, so you should go to this club. You must be well aware of the rule that what is the punishment for attacking and hurting Duke Aenus' family. So there's so much pressure in his word that even Cien is forced, and he says in his reply that you are absolutely right. There could be only one punishment for such acts, and that is execution. That is, all of them will have to die. So after getting the order, Cien starts his fighting from Toon itself, and he handles those people very easily, and his speed is so fast that even those people do not understand when and where they got hit. Cien himself is also a knight who has been chosen by Dukago himself for himself, so that is why he is much stronger than the other knights, and he kills both of them so quickly that those people do not know from where the slap and where the kick and where the hit came from, and now, in the end, only Rolls remains. When he moves forward to kill Rolls, then immediately from behind Joshua calls him to stop. He stops, but by then Rolls' pants are wet. But he still insists that he must be punished because he has threatened the Duke family members, and especially Duke Aegon and his wife. But Joshua does not allow this, and Joshua asks him that whom do you serve? His answer is Duke Agnos only. So, if Duke Aegon serves him, then what does he think of Duke Agnos? By making this point clear and looking in his eyes, Joshua feels like his father. So he accepts his order and puts the sword back, seeing which Roll becomes very happy, and he kneels down and thanks him again, and he now wants to give his entire loyalty to Joshua and wants to serve him, but Lord Joshua does not agree with this at all because he does not like cowards, cunning, lazy, and those who hurt his family at all. He is leaving him only as a warning because Joshua wants to warn all the knights, that is, the current knights and the rest of the knights in the castle, that if anyone hurts their mother or their family member, will personally punish them with his own hands. Saying this, he asks them to get out of here. Rolls also runs away from there after hearing the order, and now, after seeing his mother, he gets very tense, but from behind, Sean tells him that you have changed a lot from before. I have seen you before also, but the earlier and the present one is very different. So what happened to you in such a short time that your entire personality has changed? When Joshua answers this, Sean has to hear that his father is the reason behind this, and he felt that he has to protect his mother, and she is his only family. So he had to change himself. There is no other reason behind this at all. After hearing his answer, Sean reveals his real intention and says that Lord Joshua, as you know that when a knight served for 23 years, then after that he can choose a master for himself. So today, after seeing you, I am leaving my duty, and I will observe you for 1 year, because in future I also have to choose a lord for myself. So for now, in my eyes, you are the first person whom I am observing, and it is possible that in future I will make you my master and serve you. Hearing which Joshua says that if he has thought about his future after seeing, then this is very commendable, because choosing a strong leader in advance is a sign of an intelligent person. After which Lucia also gets up from behind, and after seeing Joshua, she feels very relieved that her son is safe and sound. Later, the mother and son also hug each other, and this is a very wholesome moment, and Joshua thanks the heavens for giving him a second chance so that he can fix the regretful moments of past life, and he resolves that this time he will not do anything that he will regret later, and he will make himself famous again, not by the name of any mute child, but by the name of Spear Knight, unrivaled Spear Knight, like he was early. After this, our next scene falls on Tug, Agnos, and Chief, who are discussing something in the corridor hall, and that discussion is not about anything else, but about a girl who was recently born, Jean Rebrica, which is a big family. Their rank is below the Duke family, but still their influence connection is very high, and recently it has been known that Jean Rebecca's daughter Sally Rebecca has got the Mana Blessing. Now, what is the Mana Blessing? So Duke Agnos explains it to us and tells us that there's a blessing, and a Mana Blessing is a blessing which is in the body from Beta Ishi, and to react with it. That is, to learn it, you have to undergo training, but Mana Blessing is something that is given to you from birth. But magicians say that it is a gift from God because whoever has the Mana Blessing does not need to undergo training. He can use it himself from childhood, and Jean Rebecca's daughter Sally. Rebecca has become a second stage magician at the age of 9. That is, till now there is no one more talented than Babel and Jean Rebecca's daughter Sally Rebecca in this continent. And thus the matter takes a different turn, and he wants to make his family even stronger. So he also wants to find a good partner for his son, and you must have understood what Duck is trying to do here, to find a good partner for his son. That is, in their eyes, the wife is already a girl named Cheryl, and she is the daughter of the biggest merchant and trader in this continent, due to which the Duck family will become even richer, and for the future representative of the Duck family. They are already arranging everything and also observing, because Dekshi Fawn is happy with the fact that he is serving the Duck family only because Duke Agnes, the representative of the Duke family, does not look at the talent of the people, but looks at their skills, that what they can provide to his family with their skill. In the middle, Duke Agnes wants to say something, but stops in the middle. When Jifan asks him what the issue is, Jivan is shocked to reveal the matter, because he feels that Sally Rebecca is perfect for Joshua, which means that he is also thinking about Joshua to arrange a partner for him too. So Sally Rebecca, with whom Mana Key Blessing, is a perfect partner. It has been chosen for such a person who does not have mana, but has the mana curse. When our scene falls on Joshua, he has come to a rune which appears to be a different dimension. So when we're shown the scene a few minutes before reaching that place, our Joshua has come to the northern part of the Took family, and he's going to search for a place there whose location he already knows. But it is not that easy to reach there. But how did our Joshua come to know about this place? So, in the past life, he was feeling very regretful, and he had also lost his mother. So to lighten his grief, he found this place. But because of pure luck, because if his luck was not good, then it was 100% impossible to find this place. So after climbing that rock, when he comes up, he finds that place and puts some blood drops on it. After a few seconds, a portal is formed, and he enters it. After this, he comes to a different dimension place where he found Legia, and at this place earlier, and even today, Joshua will find Legia. So after coming to that different dimension place, he notices one thing, that this place has deteriorated a lot compared to before. That is, the first time when he found Legia, and he came to know about this place, then this was not such a place. Here this place was absolutely fine, and he found Legia inside, which was tied with chain, but now that he has come inside, he finds only a rod, after lifting which that rod starts shining, and our Joshua is taken to some other place which is completely white, and at that place Joshua does not see anything except himself. Joshua gets scared, but he hears a voice from behind that, "Look behind, I am behind." Then after looking behind, there was nothing else but the same metal rod. So that metal rod introduces itself and tells our Joshua that I am not a metal rod, but I am the spirit of demon god, which by rubbing the ground under the feet of our Joshua. Because if this is a person and he has introduced himself in which he has told his name as the spirit of demon god, then it means that the time spent with this Legia in the past life was actually the spirit of demon god. On hearing which, he is very surprised, because why would a human want to work with a demon? But Legia now tells Joshua that the time with you is very less. On hearing this, Joshua, he does not understand anything, but when Legia explains in detail, then the direct point is that the two energies inside his body, one divine energy and the other demon energy, are clashing with each other a lot. And if they keep clashing like this, then they will eat up his life and kill him again. There's only one way to avoid this, and that is that he has to strengthen himself. If he makes himself strong, and he is not strong just like that, rather you have to learn the stage 4 of the magic spear. Now, Joshua explains the stage 4 of the magic spear to us, and tells us that Magic Spear 8, which is an Anson art which I had discovered in my previous life, and I had also mastered. So I got so much power from it that the swordsman used to degrade the spear users a lot. and the swordmen used to get a lot of respect, but after my arrival, all these things changed, because at that time I had learned the 5th level magic spear, and I was so much stronger. I had become so strong that I was much stronger than an 8 rank warlord master. We're 8 rank master warlords. When a warlord reaches the level of 8 rank warlord master, he can make a sword with the help of his man. This is a great achievement in warlordism, and you can be called a master. But in my 5th level of spear magic, I left that stage and became the strongest warrior in this continent. Although stage 4 is less than 5th level, still if I tell you, learning the 4th level can be very difficult, because an 8 rank warlord master is an A level master, and if I talk about 4th level magic spear, then my 4th level spear can be equal to a B level now. So it means that I will have to make myself so strong that I can become a B level now. But I have done this before as well, so I will not face much difficulties. But there's the cult, which is in this form. I can't do it, which is a big problem. Then Legia says that I am here, so why worry? Then if Legia is with our main protege, then he can use mana up to a certain amount, and Legia tells Joshua that with my help, make yourself strong. Make yourself so strong that you don't need my strength. If you make yourself so strong, then my goal will be accomplished. Hearing this, he gets confused. When he asks, the time limit ends, but not forever. But he can still get a chance to talk to Legia in this way. So after coming out of that place, he finds Legia in his hands. Now, since he can use a certain amount of mana with the help of Legia, he starts the cult, such a cult which will make him very strong in a few seconds. This cult mantra is only with him, and only he knows how to use it, and there is no one in the whole empire and kingdom who knows how to learn the cult like after collecting the mana, he takes his magical sphere technique to the first stage, which was a matter of few seconds, and as a testament to test his power, he concentrates the mana at one point, and when he pushes forward, a very big magical blast breaks the wall in front, seeing which he gets very excited because he is gradually becoming strong. And to take revenge, he will prepare himself as soon as possible so that he can take his revenge from Kaiser. Next, our scene again falls on the Took family's castle, where we find Duke in the guest reception room, and Duke has come to meet someone. The person Duke has come to meet is none other than Cheryl. Cheryl greets Duke and greets him. Along with her, Cox is also a husband for the Duke family, because Cox is also a merchant, and the money of the big families of this entire continent passes through his hands. Along with this, he's also a member of the Cheryl family. He also greets Duke on seeing him and says sorry that we have come here to visit you unexpectedly. Then Duck says that if he wants to say sorry, then why doesn't he join her family, which Cheryl understands, and she says to Duck that, Duke, you have not changed at all. So many years have passed, but you are still the same. It is not a good thing to be cruel and to look at the treasure of another family. Duke is also impressed by Cheryl seeing that she understood so quickly, and along with that, Cheryl also asks about Lord Babel, that I heard that he has become a knight from A to C rank. So, is this true? Because I want to recruit people so that they can work for me. Hearing this, Cox directly says sorry to Duke that Cheryl is using his son like a pawn. After greeting with him, there is Jin Rebecca on the side, and along with him is his mana-blessing daughter Sally Rebecca. Seeing her, he says sorry that he took too much time in greeting with Cheryl. Sally also gives her greetings to Agnos Duke. Agnos Duke is very happy to see Sally personally, but our Cheryl on the side is very happy after seeing Aegon, that Duke's reaction, and after seeing Sally. She is feeling very irritated because she doesn't want this to happen here. Later, Cheryl also comes to know about a rumor that Duck Aegon, her second son, has defeated 2 guards very easily. Is this true or not? Saying this, the Cox who is with her immediately silences Cheryl because this thing has not been confirmed yet, and if you tell about the confirmed thing, then it can also become an issue. Our chief also agrees with this, and he says that telling such rumors can be very problematic, and that thing has not been confirmed yet. But we have come to know one thing, that he has a curse. If a person has mana curse, then how can he defeat 2 guards? After which Duck Aegon also remembers the thing because he wants to give his Joshua to Jean Rebecca so that she can take care of him, and he is also sensitive, so he will definitely find a solution to this problem. Tucano has full faith in Jean Rebecca, so Duke Aegon is handing over his son to him. He will solve this matter quickly, and if he solves this matter quickly, then Duke Aegon will maintain his relationship with him in the future, but before handing him over, our chief makes one thing clear to our Duke Aegon, that you're going to the capital anyway. Before that, should we not make it completely clear whether Lord Joshua can use his mana or not, and whether he really has a mana curse? Because I want this matter to be solved as soon as possible. Before you go to the capital, I would definitely want this, and we can also get this thing confirmed. You just give me the order, Then Duke Agnos will give him the order, but how will he do it? Will he use the Crimson Knight, for which our chief agrees, but only with this thing can be confirmed. He should personally see and observe that maybe Joshua is hiding something, and he also guarantees that after selecting that person, I will also introduce him to you, and you'll not be disappointed at all after seeing my choice. So the chief had selected our Sean for this task, and when Sean witnessed that incident with his own eyes, they had to face some casualties there because Lord Joshua came to know about his location, and Lord Joshua was not doing anything. He was just telling them to go out. And after telling the matter in more detail, our Sean comes to know that Sean has beaten some guards very badly. So what could be the reason behind this? So when Sean tells the whole thing to our chief, then after hearing that they were threatening the Duke's wife and trying to send him help, the chief gets very angry with this. But when later he comes to know that not Vanessa, but those people were harassing Lucia, then her anger ends immediately, and she says that this is the matter, but son did not do anything wrong. And when he tells the chief that if I have done something wrong in your eyes, then I am ready to take my punishment. You can punish me, but he does not want to punish him. Instead, he wants to give him another task. And when he asks about that task, he comes to know from Chief Fun that today he will have to spar with our Lord Joshua. That is, he will have to fight because Sun Sion will have to rub the ground under his feet, because why will he fight with someone younger than him? Then the chief tells our Sion that anyway our duck is going to go back to the capital. So before that, we want to confirm whether Lo Joshua can really use the mana, because if he goes to the capital, then it is possible that he is hiding the mana, and later he will become a very big thorn for us. So if we already know, then we should also be careful. So I want you to fight with him. After seeing the precautions taken by the chief, Sion asks the chief if he is afraid that Lord Joshua will defeat Babel. Hearing this, the chief gets angry and says, "Stop talking nonsense. Young Master Babel can easily move that small pebble. And what made you think that young Master Babel can be underestimated? He will defeat such a small opponent in one go. There is no one else in this continent like young Master Babel." So after hearing about a small thorn and stone, Sion laughs because those people are considering him a small stone. But after looking in his eyes once, he sees him not as a small stone, but as a huge rock that can turn not just this entire empire, but this entire world upside down. So now if he has understood, he will wait for him in the training ground. He will also personally witness this fight. Just confirm it. So if this has to be done, then Sion will have to inject some mana in Lord Joshua's body, and mana wiseness happens when a person has the mana curse. If Lord Joshua has the mana curse, then he will not get more than 10 days of life. After 10 days, he will die. So seeing that he really wants to kill Lord Joshua, it gets confirmed that he supports young Master Babel and wants to remove Lord Joshua from the way in such a way that he is even ready to kill him. So the next scene is on the training ground, where Sion is very tensed about how he will fight this fight. Meanwhile, Lord Joshua also comes from the side, and Joshua also gets very excited to hear that he will have a spar with Sion, but Sion tells Joshua not to take tension. He will not use his full power. So when Joshua hears this, he says that it is very sad that you are underestimating. Yes, you told that you consider me your lord, but you should not underestimate me at all. And just like you knights have an option that you choose your master yourself, I also have an option that I choose my subordinate who is worthy of me or not. So if my subordinate underestimates, then I will not take him unto me at all. Which is a shocking news for our Sion and Lord Joshua. Tell Sion that there is no need to underestimate him. He can use his full power if he wants to know it. Then our Duke Og also comes to him from the side. As soon as Sion sees our Duke, Og greets him, and when it is our Lord Joshua's turn, he is still standing, seeing which Tiffin feels that this ill-mannered person has not yet understood this matter. But immediately he offers his greetings to Duke Agnos, seeing which Duke Agnos is very happy because nobody has ever taught him this. So he is doing this very well. But Joshua tells that he has learnt this from observation only. He heard that they want to test him to see how capable he is. With this, Duke Agnos also completely agrees. But from behind, the chief says again that this is not to test your strength, but to test your fault. What is your fault that we can correct? Now after saying so, many degraded things, our Joshua understands that the chief is on the side of young Master Babel. That is why he is degrading me, and Sean is just late in giving the order, but it is revealed that Doug Agnos did not tell Sean the whole thing. Sean's fight will not be with Joshua, but Joshua's fight will be with young Babel. After this, young Babel also comes from the side. As soon as he comes, he gives orders to his Joshua. Greeting says that my younger brother, you have your elder brother to test your strength. Then what is the need of a knight? Then Took Aegon now tells both of them some rules of spar that anyway this spar is going to be a friendly fight. So in this we will use wooden sword because it is the wooden sword which is used for training. After which our young Babel picks up his wooden sword, and he says that he already wanted to pick up a wooden sword because it is possible that his young brother gets scared after seeing the real sword. Then our Joshua understands this whole scenario, and he says that Chief Phone and Babel, if you want me to degrade that too in front of your father, then I will show you that both of you have asked your feet yourself. And he picks up only one wooden stick from the side and says that I will only use this. Seeing which Cheryl starts laughing because Joshua is looking a bit more funny because of that. As far as the chief is concerned, as far as Han is concerned, he wants him to take this fight seriously and asks him if he is serious about this, and Joshua answers. Now the fight is about to start, and our Doug Agnos asks everyone to sit on their seats, and also tells Master Young Babel that if you know how to use mana, then do not use mana at all in the fight, because he was already not going to do so, because he finds the use of this mana very wasteful. After seeing its weapon, he finds it very suitable, because for a person who used to clean cow dung all the time, this weapon is completely suitable for him, and after a few seconds, our Duke Agnos announces the start of the fight. After a few seconds, the first attack is done by young Babel. He is moving towards our Joshua with great speed when he sees his stick in front of him as a surprise. So when he dodges it with difficulty and attacks him, we come to know one thing from Joshua, that he is of the level of a knight, but he is simple-minded and his only specialty is this agility. But I have understood his pattern. So after understanding his pattern, he hits him again with his stick, which hits him this time, due to which our young Babel becomes very angry, and when he attacks him in anger, before he attacks, he hits him again on his stomach, due to which young Babel becomes very angry. When he counterattacks, his attack now has mana and Duck Aegon. He had already told that mana should not be used in such a short range. If Joshua takes the hit of mana, it will be very bad. So at the same end time, he also releases his. It is of this type that the fights in front are not visible. But when the mana is removed, we see that now Joshua has also taken out his Legia, and he will also use mana in this fight. So now that our Joshua has revealed that he can also use mana, then for its confirmation, Gene behind also calls him. After which our Babel from the front also gets very angry seeing mana with, because till now he did not have any talent, but now he is using mana that too at the age of 9. So this has become a big problem for him. He gets angry and takes out his short, and that too is steel short. So he is completely ready to attack Joshua. But before attacking, he also tells his real intention and anger that the same Doc Ock will become his successor, and he will represent this family in the future. But after listening to this, our Joshua does not have any interest in this because he knows that after 10 years from today, this family will completely fall because there will be a civil war and this whole family will be destroyed in it. So if I support this family from now and I have to take my revenge, then I have to inherit the entire Duke Agnos and his family, and that too not from any ordinary person, but from the king of the empire. Both of them are very close to each other, and before the attacks of both of them touch each other, our Duke Agnos releases his mana and also stops those people in such a loud voice that all the people present in that training ground get scared, and the fight between them also stops, and if they do not listen to their father, then both of them can also be punished. So the fight stops immediately when Doug Agnos looks at the chief and asks if everything is clear or not. Then the chief answers yes. But seeing that apart from the young master, there is another talented person who has learned mana at the age of 9 itself. He knows how to use it, but the confusion is that he has never seen this kind of mana before. So PJ Jean now tells us in detail that Lord Joshua has used mana, but this mana is different from other mana because it is a mana with an increase in concentration, which is very powerful. Lord Joshua's body has a lot of mana, which even his body is not able to handle. So from whichever angle you look at it, this is mana, but very different and powerful from other mana. Chief wants to tell something else too, but Duke Agnos will not listen to him now because the doubt has been cleared. Chief has also accepted that apart from young Master Babel, another person also exists who is more talented than him. Took Ano is very happy to see his son's accomplishment, and he asks Lord Joshua to come to his room in the evening. Seeing this, Chief Fun and Master Babel are shocked because Duke Agnos does not allow everyone in his room. They call Lord Joshua, and Lord Joshua is also very excited to meet his father. Next, our Cheryl in the guest room is very amazed to see this fight because there is no one in Duke Agnos' family and in the continent who knows how to use his mana at the age of 9, and that too so well, after which an idea comes in Cheryl's mind, which is a plan to attract Joshua and make him hers. After which our next scene falls on, who is very angry after hearing today's incident, because she came to know that Duke Agnos has also called Lord Joshua to his room. He has also defeated young Master Babel in the fight, and he also knows how to use mana and mana is mana. But he knows how to use mana in a better way than Master Babel, due to which Vanessa is very angry. But Archivan has another idea, with which he calms Vanessa a little, and when Vanessa asks about the details, it is revealed that Duke Anno will take him with him to the capital, and he will declare him a C-rank knight in front of everyone. But Lord Joshua does not become a C-rank knight just by Duke Anno saying so. Rather, all the people who have witnessed this fight have never seen such mana, but such in-haunch and pure mana. Not at all. So it is possible that he has used something else. So for confirmation, he will have to fight with a royal knight. Hearing which, Vanessa becomes very happy, and she says that if this is the matter, then I should contact my uncle. After this, our next scene is on Joshua. Duck Agni is standing in front of his father's room. After knocking, he is allowed to enter, and as soon as he comes inside, Duck Agni shows his respect. As soon as he shows respect, Duck Agni immediately asks him, "Who are you?" On hearing which, he hesitates a little and says that my name is Joshua Van Agni, and you're my father. Seeing his son change so quickly, he says that I cannot believe it, but Joshua says that a lot of time has passed, and I know that you were not able to do much. So that is why I seem to have changed a lot to you, and we both have never talked openly. But he wants to make a request to his father. So when he's given permission, Duck Agni thinks that his son should apologize because he has done very bad to him. But he does not have these intentions at all. His purpose of talking is that he is taking him to the capital, but before that he has to make a request. So Duck Agni Agnes never told him that he is taking him with him to the capital, but Joshua knows that he will definitely go with him to the capital because he has proved himself. But still, what does he think that why is he taking him to the capital? Then when our Joshua explains it to his father, he tells that there can be two reasons. The first reason is that before my arrival, your duke's successor was Babel, but after my entry, all these things got spoiled, so there can be fighting in the family. So to prevent this thing, you're taking me with you to the capital. Son Duck Agnos is very happy, and he is very proud of his son. He also possesses talent, but his understanding is very sharp. I wish he could train him earlier. He would have liked it a lot. And the second reason is Duck Agnos's own personal greed that he does not want to lose a talented child like me. Because if the time changes and I become much stronger than you, even I am so much strong that I can make my family even stronger, so that even the royal family cannot harm us. So that's why you don't want to insult me. Saying this, his father asks a very good question that he should have a special power to say this. So if he is saying this, then it is possible that he has some special power with him. But changing this, he says that it is possible that I may or may not have any power with, but I am absolutely disappointed, and there's only one purpose of taking me to the capital, and that too to get admission in the academy. He is very happy after seeing his son's confidence, and he has never been so proud of himself or himself. So now what is the meaning of the academy in the capital? This is the academy where the royalty family sells their children here, so that they also get the manners of royalty, and the power of the most special among them is utilized even more. So as Joshua said, Agnos is taking him with him to the capital, but he will also keep an eye on him, and if he gets a chance, he will teach him a lesson. Sometimes he will also come and train him, which is a very big offer for Son knows. But no, he doesn't want to learn swordship because his main weapon is spear, and being determined about it, Duke Agnos tells him his real intention, that you are one of the 9 stars, and you are master of long sword, and you are very proud of your swordmanship. So I'm also very proud of my spear. If I tell in simple words, then I don't want to make sword, but my spear, my main weapon, which son Duke Agnos gets very angry. He saw in the fight of Babel that he has chosen a stick, but now, when he is talking about a spear, then why doesn't he want to learn swordmanship? And he also releases his mana, in front of which our Joshua is not able to stand, and he says that there is no need for him to worry. Whoever will face him, he will definitely teach him a lesson with the help of his spear, and whoever will become a thorn in the middle of his goals, he will definitely kill him with the help of his spear, even if it is the 9 star. So now that he is ready to fight, even the 9 star, Took Anno will test the power of his spear. That is, personally Doug Anno will want to see how much more powerful a spear is than a sword, and why does he want to use the spear. So if he is ready, he will also give the order to start this test soon. So a deal is made between them that whoever wins will accept their conditions. And now that this matter is sorted out, our next scene goes to Vanessa, who contacts her uncle with the help of a crystal robe and tells him about every incident happening in the castle, that a thorn has come in their plans, and to remove that thorn, she is contacted. So after coming to an agreement with his father, when our Joshua comes out of his father's room, His body is still trembling after feeling his power, and he had expected this because his father is one of the 9 stars who is a master in his own art. So at the same time, Babel comes from the side, who wants to talk something important to our Joshua, but Joshua totally ignores him. Then our Babel challenges him that he wants to have a rematch with him. So after seeing the reflection in his eyes, he understands that he has changed a lot after losing, because he is a true warrior, and a true warrior never accepts defeat. Seeing this, he also becomes happy, but giving a warning, our Joshua tells his brother that, are you confident that you will not lose even the second time? I think that even now you're going to be insulted. Then after that, our next scene is at the Imperial Palace, where King Marcus is being given a tough fight by his brother. A news is received from a man that another talented man has been born in the family of Duke Agnos. Hearing which, Marcus becomes very curious, and he feels that Vanessa Agnos has given birth to a new child who is more talented than Babel. But Marcus comes to know from his man that he is not the son of Vanessa, but the son of the servant of Took family. That is, they're talking about Lucia, an illegitimate child who is more talented than Babel. So King Marcus gets some kind of interest in the Duke family, but Marcus does not consider his son so talented, in which his man tells his king that no, you should have high expectations from your sons. But Marcus tells in detail that my sons are brave, but they do not have swordsmanship or such martial arts techniques. But to run an empire, not only strength, but also a lot of brain is needed. So we increase the IQ level of our children even more. But if we talk about martial arts, then Duke Anno has got 2 such talented men from his family, who are a great blessing for the empire. Marcus is already very impressed with Babel's talent, because in the whole empire, there is no other man like Babel who can control mana at the age of 14. But when he comes to know that even Babel lost the fight to him, and he is 9 years old, and his mana controlling is much better than Babel, then he starts laughing out loud, and says that he is really a monster. And Marcus comes to know from his man that if he has to calculate, then he can equate his second son with a C rank knight. It means, in simple words, Lord Joshua's power is so much. Even though he is 9 years old, he can be equal to a C rank knight. Now Marcus' servants get very scared because of them both, the empire is going to get a lot more power. If the emperor is so interested in him, then he will definitely go personally to confirm his power. But this can also put his life in danger, because any assassin can come from anywhere and assassinate the king. But from Marcus' answer, we come to know that he himself wanted to go personally, but the enemies around him became very alert, and he thought it was a joke. So Joshua is ready to show him the dark side of this martial art, because son Babel gets angry, because Joshua is underestimating him a lot. When Babel does his counterattack, by then our Josh has stored mana in his body and throws our Babel far away by doing a mana explosion, due to which Babel gets hurt a lot, and he's also ready to accept that Joshiva is far ahead of him in power level. After which, Joshua comes to him and starts threatening him that, see how much gap there is between you and me. You kept ignoring me for so long, but you would have never thought, even in your dreams, that the person whom you have ignored so much, you will be lying under his feet like this. But I'm letting this go now, because people like you are very useful for the empire, whose eyes only tell how much respect he has for martial arts. So if your attitude does not change, I will make your condition. Even worse than this, so much so that you will not be able to lift the sword in your hands again. And while leaving, he tells him that never forget how big is the gap between us in terms of strength. And after listening to this speech, tears come in the eyes of our Babel, and he admits his defeat. After that, the next day scene takes place, and Joshua finds a lot of changes in his body, like he can lift mana better than before. He can control himself in a way, but if he uses too much mana, then his body needs a lot of rest. So it means that he has not become perfect. During that time, someone knocks on his door early in the morning. He thinks that it must be his CN, but when he opens the door, he sees Cheryl. Cheryl introduces herself and wants to talk to him about some important things. She is elder to him, so she wants to talk to him comfortably, and what is she doing standing outside? She should come inside. But when he takes a step, Joshua puts his hand in front of her and tells her that I don't know what your intentions are, but I don't like any disturbance. I don't want a talkative girl like you in my room at all, so you can leave at the first opportunity. Saying this, he closes the door on her face and leaves her there. But after taking a few steps, there's a knock again, and now Joshua gets very angry, and as soon as he opens the door, he first tells the person in front of him to go away. But he finds out that he is CN, so CN thought that Joshua is angry, and therefore he should come later, but Joshua was considering Sean as someone else. That is why such words came out of his mouth, and now, whatever he had ordered Sean, has he completed it? Sean has completed that thing, but he does not understand it at all, and he's curious about it. So Joshua says that if you're following me, then talk less and work more, because whatever I give you, there's definitely a motive behind it, which you will later find out yourself. Our next scene is at the Duke Training Hall, and all the soldiers present, they're confused about why they were called here. They ask Rolls about it, but Rolls also does not know anything about it. He is only following the orders given to him, and all of them are gathered. So after some time, Cien also comes there, and Joshua is also there. After seeing Joshua, all the cards start talking behind him that what is this human seed doing? After seeing Joshua, Rolls gets nervous because he knows that now he's going to get the job. Cien gathers all the people and tells them that the authority of today's training is being given to our Joshua, hearing which all the people get confused because what will they be able to learn from a small child? So when Joshua starts a speech, first of all, he tells them about their duties, that your duty is the most important because you are the one who protects our Duke family. And if you're not strong, then our Duke family will be destroyed and everyone will target it. First of all, you guys have to strengthen yourself. And for that, I will keep an eye on you guys today and know your strength, how powerful you guys are. And as a testament, I want all of you to attack me together. Hearing which the soldiers get very irritated, and this is a disruptor for them. And Cien tells Joshua that you are a young master, but still will be very difficult to fight all of them together. The rest of the people also tell Joshua that you are our young master, but this kind of talk does not suit you at all, and this is very disruptive for us too. After which he points his spear towards Rolls and says, do you also think like them? Rolls does not agree with this at all due to fear because he has seen all the incidents with his own eyes, and he had told him to explain to all the guards also that from today onwards do not underestimate him at all, and neither say anything bad about him. But he did not say this. It was not conveyed till here, and from the reaction of these people, Shiva came to know that the news did not reach here, and now Rolls will not get a second chance, and he has committed so many mistakes, and for that he should die, but still he got the last chance. But he lost that last chance. Young Master had given him a chance, but from his actions, it does not seem that he is worthy of this chance. It seems that he also wants to get beaten up the way his previous two friends were beaten up. Hearing this from Joshua and seeing the condition of our Rolls, those people also understand that if the other two are not present here, then it means that the news was true. Now Rolls wants to ask for one more chance, but Joshua does not want to give him another chance at all. But he can definitely do this much for him, that before dying he will allow him to fight. And this is a rule of the Duke family, which is beautiful. Rolls does not even find this offer bad, because if he's going to die, then he will die only after giving a good fight, and anyway he will have to face the child. So he thinks that he will win this fight. He is underestimating Joshua here, and without any plan he attacks Joshua, but the result is exactly the way you and I had expected, and Joshua throws Rolls far away with a single strike, due to which Rolls' condition worsens, and it seems that he is not going to get up again at all. Now, after doing a proper introduction of himself, he says that if anyone else has any doubt, he can come and clear it. But one by one, all the soldiers present there accept this fact that today's training will be given by Joshua only. So behind, our Cien feels very proud after seeing all this commotion because the person whom he has chosen as his lord is really praiseworthy. Meanwhile, our scene falls on Cheryl, and our Cheryl is very sad, and the reason behind it is Joshua, what Joshua did to him. After that, she behaved like that, and she was not feeling like doing it at all. But at the same time, Cox comes from behind, who is about to give her father's order, but our Cheryl does not take any interest in it, and she tells Cox that she should not take any interest in her father's. She should be left alone. After seeing Cheryl like this, he gets tense that what happened to her, because she has been behaving like this since morning, and Cheryl has not told the reason behind it. But Cheryl, who is feeling a strange pain in her chest, only a few words come out of her mouth, which are that I want to see Joshua. The next scene is of Duck Aegon in his office, where he has summoned Joshua,